Here. No, not that one. This one. Where is it?
Right
this
there.
green one down here. See this green one?
Yeah.
That has to be open for the engine to have salt water going through it.
Right.
Okay, so there's two ways of doing this. John just likes to take this lid off the top and let it flow into the boat, right?
And the bilge
Like
will
that.
pump it out.
And the bilge will pump it out. But the other option is you just close this off like that. But don't leave it closed when you start the engine.
Yeah.
So you take this off,
Did that and
take this off, and you can pull this screen out. Look in the screen. You don't see no seaweed, so that's a little bit of sand in the bottom. You can just tap it out on the deck there.
So that's a filter.
That's the filter for the salt water coming into the boat. So you take that out, tap that out, and put it back in there, and then open the valve.
So I guess that would be a good thing to do before like a longer voyage.
Yeah, long voyage, or if you go through a kelp bed, or if you go a lot of, you're running through areas where there's a lot of seaweed and
Yeah, the
crap,
worst
and
is
you
the
think,
eel grass. That's that tall, skinny grasses like
Right.
that, and it can get sucked in there. And then there's so many lines in there that have 90-degree elbows on them. They can get stuck in those elbows.
so what I did on here is see this white clear plastic? I put that clear plastic on so that people could look in there and say, ooh, look at all the crap that's going through there, right?
And
Or if you're out by the English Bay and you're running too close to the sand, you could suck up sand and all sorts of stuff.
okay, and like okay, I can clean this one, but then like how I can clean pipes? Like what I can do if
What do you mean?
if
You don't clean pipes at all, will come to the filter.
It'll come to that filter. That's your filter for keeping the salt water.
and like what if seaweed like just like got stuck like somewhere like I don't know
The what?
on the way to the filter?
I guess under pressure it'll go into the filter anyway.
Okay.
That's a strainer. It's called.
That's a strainer. That's the strainer for the first strainer. If you have a problem, okay, that's
Yeah. And so on the way to the strainer, you get caught in the pipe.
So just clean the strainer result.
Yeah, just clean the strainer or check it periodically, clean it out. Yeah, otherwise it'll build up and clog.
Important question, like let's say you're running like, you know, use an engine through like a field of kelp, whatever. What would be the symptoms that this got clogged? Like would we hear something?
temperature gauge up there.
Yeah, and also white smoke coming out of the engine.
White smoke, okay.
Two things. One is at the back of the boat, there won't be any water coming out of the spit tube.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but you usually
it
like,
sounds different too.
You
I
should
see.
hear.
Bang,
You should
bang,
hear
bang,
the
bang, 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 instead of bum, 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 bum. Bang, 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 bang,
okay.
bang. That's a different sound.
so sound, white smoke.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Okay. And you know the temperature gauge. Temperature gauge
Yeah.
will tell you. Okay, so I've opened the valve, and I've covered put the filter back in and closed that tight. That tight, and this goes from there. It goes into the engine pump down here.
And then this engine has two cooling systems.
You got a
right?
Phillips down there.
One is like
What?
it has like two cooling systems, right? Like
Yeah.
one is like from
This is
with
the
seawater.
antifreeze. The
Right.
antifreeze, which nobody's put any antifreeze in there, but anyway, there's water in there. But we have a heater on board. The thing about this boat freezing the radiator, I mean the coolant in the engine, is most unlikely unless someone unplugs the freezer and it gets dropped down below 5.
Is the coolant level too low?
Nope, that's where it sits.
There's a line there, I think.
Yeah, like there's a bottom line that says,
There's a lot
Add.
of crap in there.
and then it goes like all the way up there, right?
Look at that crap in there. This is the other way of checking the antifreeze. Down here.
Yeah.
See, there's antifreeze in there.
Yeah.
It's
This antifreeze water, that's called the fresh water, and that's called the raw water that's coming in. And there's a heat exchanger in there. That
Yeah,
the,
the heat
the raw
exchanger
water
in there.
cools down the fresh water, which has also got antifreeze in it.
okay. So this is your filling up, and now this valve that should be changed because it doesn't look like it's working properly.
Pressure relief. Do we actually use antifreeze or just fresh water?
We use antifreeze.
Okay.
There's supposed to be antifreeze back there. It's
Right.
a 50-50 mix.
Okay.
And when do we want that filled?
Video viewers we will need.
When it's
For sure.
not got anything in it, because that thing there will you don't only fill it to the line here because it's basically sucking. What happens is as the water expands,
Yeah.
it blows the pressure out of here back into this tank. And then when it cools off, it sucks the antifreeze from here back through this cap into there again. So when you take this cap off, this should be like full, like not down there, but full. It's a little bit low.
Okay.
So that cap's probably not working 100%. Okay? Next thing is these things. See these two valves here? These things run back to the hot water tank back there. So when you're running the engine, there's antifreeze. This is antifreeze going over to the hot water tank, heating up the fresh water that's sitting in the tank, and coming back into the engine again.
Then you can run hot water out of the tap here.
And then you
these
can
two
run
taps.
hot water out of the tap.
And then
So
the
that's
hot
how
water
you get-
also goes into this heater here too.
Yeah.
It circulates through there.
And then, but then we also have to.
That
like-
heater is probably electric. It's a different
That's
thing.
that's the electric pump that pumps the water. You turn that on, that pumps the water. Like there's a water switch over there.
The water
Right.
pressure.
The
Right?
water pressure.
Yeah, water
that
pressure.
just pressurizes the water.
Right.
The tank gets pressurized water. That way you get hot and cold water through this tap here, and you get hot and cold water through those taps over there. So you wash
And
it.
that pressure works for both hot and cold water here.
No, all it does is pressurizes the water going to the hot water tank and going to the cold water.
Okay.
So it's just one pump pressurizes all the water in the system. So then when you turn the tap on, you either get hot or cold.
Right.
And we also have, like, when we are ashore and we are connected to the shore power, we can turn on this water heater here, right?
Yeah, that turns just an electric coil.
Electric one. Uh-huh.
Who knows if it works? Because that tank is old.
We've never really tried it.
We've never really tried it, but
Yeah, okay.
that you still need the DC power to run the pump. That's just going to heat the
Oh,
water
now
up
I
in the
see what
tank.
And is it the same tank that like engine heats?
Yeah,
Has
same
hot
I
water
turned on the
tank?
water
has an
heater
electric
just to see
coil in it.
if it's
Right.
going to
Also
heat up
has
that
the hot
water. We
water
can check
Okay.
it out
running.
in a few
Same
minutes.
tank, two means
Same-
to heat up the
Yeah,
water.
two ways of heating up
Okay,
the water.
got it.
So that's
Thank you.
okay.
That's
So
coffee.
we're covered. That's the water system. Any other questions about the
Records
water
are good.
system? Oh, the third water. Do you get a Phillips in there? In the underneath there, I need a Phillips to take this door out. There's a Phillips.
When I saw this one, yesterday I saw it was like on the propeller shop, people put like some seams, like pieces of
Okay.
metal, and
So-
kind of like something like metal. Yeah.
When you're working on the engine here,
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have it.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise it'll destroy your engine.
Oh okay.
take this door off. Put it out of your way.
There might be a zinc on the bottom of the engine, but we haven't been able to find it. Like so quite often there is a zinc.
There's supposed to be a
put
zinc.
on.
Okay.
There's supposed to be a zinc somewhere in here. Like that plug might be a zinc. See this plug here?
And we should be like kind of.
We should be changing it. But
Why is zinc important again?
salt water corrodes everything, right?
Right.
You put salt water
Except zinc, I
inside.
guess.
Zinc
Well,
first.
No, it does.
It's-
It
Oh,
attacks
it's the
the zinc
electrolysis.
first, and then it leaves the engine alone.
It's called like.
Any questions about the water system in this boat?
Well, what about the impeller?
What about
like
the
the
impeller?
Down here.
If we ran into trouble, do we actually
Okay,
have a
water-
capacity to change
This is the
impeller?
impeller down here. The water from the salt water comes to this, and this you can take off, and the water goes around into here. This is your cooler. This has a grill in there, and the antifreeze is around and so the water goes through the center in a grill form that allows the hot water transfer from heat from this into the grill. Then from here, it goes down to the back. See this line here? This is the back of the salt water. You can see it better from here. See that hose there? That hose running over there?
Sorry, the big black.
The big black
corrugated one?
hose?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so that's salt water comes in here, goes out there, and it goes to this tank over here. See this little tank over here?
Yeah.
This tank has a drain on it at the front. It
Is
should
that
be
actually the muffler?
this is the muffler. So the salt water goes into that with the exhaust.
Okay.
That's your exhaust pipe from the engine too.
And that's why you
That
want to
makes
see
sense.
water bubbling out the back,
So,
because that means you know the whole
This
system's.
is your exhaust is coming out of this back part, and salt water is coming in from here, coming in from this tank, going into there, and the exhaust is pushing the water into there. And that thing there is your muffler, and then from there it pumps the water up and blows it back to the back of the boat where it goes down the back of the boat.
And if that muffler fills up with water, then it won't run.
So manifold muffler, same thing? Or is the manifold something different?
Manifold
Usually
is
in
what
manifold. This is the manifold.
Oh,
muffler.
okay.
Manifold takes a bunch of things into one.
Okay.
That's what a manifold. Yeah.
Okay, so but this hot thing over there, when you crank this old engine over and over and over again,
Yeah.
you're pumping salt water into there and filling up that tank. After a while, you'll get to a level where the tank is no longer able to push the water out because the water flows back up to the engine and could go into the pistons.
Bad news.
So, on the back of this tank, at a very difficult position, is a little drain cock. You get your hand down here somewhere.
So is that plastic?
That's plastic. Well, by the time the water and the exhaust goes there, the temperature of that exhaust is nothing.
I see.
Mixed with
So-
salt water.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like warm water.
Okay. Okay.
So when it's in this plastic, it'll hold it. But on the back of this is a little thing you can take off, plug, and you can take that off and drain the water out of that thing. So if you have a problem, you're cranking over for a long time, then come back here, try to reach that thing and try to take it off. If anybody wants to go and find out where it is, they can have a look.
And
William, drain
back-
it into the bilge, right?
It'll
It'll
just
drain it into
the
the
water
bilge.
will drain into the bilge and the bilge pump will pump it out.
And again, William, the impeller's behind this plate right here.
Behind this plate, you take this plate off and there's an impeller. I can show you what the impeller looks
There's a
like.
paper gasket that it's holding.
And there's a paper gasket in there. The reason I don't want to take it off today is because you can see all that corrosion around here.
Yeah.
I mean, we could take it off, I suppose. Might as well. Oh, this is the water pump. That's the water pump there. This is the antifreeze water pump. This pumps the antifreeze through the engine.
And it's not repairable. If it breaks, you can't repair it.
No, you just replace it. It unbolts from the engine. Okay? And this is the saltwater pump.
So do we need to close that green?
Oh, fair enough.
You can if you want.
Or do
Do you want it- do
or do
we
the
do-
Gilmore
Sure,
method
I'll
and
close
just
it.
leave it open to flow?
Close that valve.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's just
Is it
salt
above the
water.
water line or below?
Green valve. The green one there.
Yeah, it's,
And what about this one, the yellow one?
Nope, that's for another.
it's the pump behind the belt.
Yeah, I already
yellow
closed
one?
it. Yeah.
That yellow one is the drain for the sink.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And that's why that when you put things down the sink, you don't tell your buddies, don't put coffee grains down this sink. Because we were out with Richard sailing, and at home, he puts his coffee grains down the kitchen sink. I says, that's a bad thing.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So he put the coffee grains down there and the sink plugged up, and then we had to sort of like clean it all out.
And then it happened at home. At his
And then
home
it
as well.
happened at home, and he had to get
Coffee
a
ground
plumber.
for 10 years, and it built up, and
And then finally the
and they
sink.
had to drill it out.
The plumber came and spent a
Rock
day
solid.
drilling the coffee grinds out of his pipe.
I guess especially if the grind is very like fine.
Yeah.
That's because like it's gonna be like a dust.
Did you
Okay,
happen to-
see that?
That's the water gasket.
That's the gasket.
Is the gasket broken now?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a new one. Okay, so this is
paper.
It's a parchment paper.
just parchment paper. So that's the thing, and then you take, and then you take needle nose pliers.
So that thing spins. That
thing
rubber
spins.
part.
That
That's
spins.
the impeller.
And it only goes on one way. It has a pin in the center that goes onto that shaft, and that shaft is driven by the engine.
And it's plastic, right? Oh.
It's sometimes pretty hard to pull out. Just take your time and work it out.
And it's rubber too, so you can tear it.
Rubber, so you don't want to tear it.
Oh, rubber. Not plastic.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
There, see, that's what it looks like.
You have to check around the base of
any
each
cracks
of the
there?
fins to see if there's any cracking. So you can bend it to see if there's any cracking.
Okay. be too if you were rubbed by rubber all day long.
Is it copper?
Copper. Yeah, it's
That
brass.
key
Oh,
through
brass.
the middle is what drives it.
Right. Fascinating. And
It's
so
sort of-
this isn't something that routinely needs to be changed, or is it?
No,
something
this is something
needs
when
to be
we have a water
inspected?
problem. When you don't see any water come out of the back of the boat.
Right.
And first of all,
Troubleshooting.
you've checked the inlet line. It's open.
Right.
And it's
and
a
then you've checked the screen.
Right. It's not.
And there's nothing in the screen.
Right.
And you looked at the hose and it doesn't look like anything's plugging the hose. And then the next thing to do is look at this pump, because this is the pump that pumps the water into the engine. Because if the exhaust isn't
Right.
putting the water out, then there's no water going in.
Right.
It is also a wear item that you should replace once a year. I don't know. So some
I mean,
service
like
interval.
you look in here for cracks, and you look just like on there. This one looks fairly good condition.
Feels good.
And it's
Yeah.
simple
Yeah.
enough
It's
to
a change-
replace, and a failure is kind of catastrophic.
And we
You
have a
can't run the
second one
engine,
in the
so-
box down there.
Apparently, you're supposed to change these every 2 or 3 years, whether it needs it or not. But check it every year. Change every 2 to 3 years.
And what was the last time we changed it? When you bought the boat?
Last year when we did this course.
Diesel clinic would be
Yeah.
there.
Oh.
But essentially,
What's his name again?
I think he's advertising his course now everywhere.
Is he?
I think so.
Next week is gonna be one. Like it is
Yeah.
definitely like a brochure here.
Yeah, I saw flyers.
It's like two guys, right? It's like the
Something on
it's like
D.
Dutch guy and like the older guy.
Yeah, the older guy. I don't know.
So wax paper, and it's kept where the spare impeller is.
No, I just brought it from
Oh,
home.
you just brought it from home. Okay. So
What are you looking in there for?
This is
Oh, look, we got an extra fan bell. I didn't know that.
This is for the motor. All the different parts that we could need to do repairs.
And there's the propeller.
and where's that one?
Filters.
Filters.
And
So I don't have to get oil. I just have to get oil for the engine,
there
right?
might be a gasket in here as well.
And that's kept in these boxes in the quarter bird.
Right here.
Right here. in the quarter bird.
That's it. Yeah.
I didn't want to use that because that would mean that when we do need to change it to the ocean, you're
Don't
not going to
one.
have
Okay. Yeah. Good point.
you're not going to have a gasket.
Save that one. for
Okay.
later.
So,
there,
all right. Yeah.
but
it's-
somehow
has
it
to
just doesn't seem to
override.
line up
Somehow.
with any of the holes.
It's the correct gasket for a different machine.
Yeah.
This one you found in the spare box?
Yeah.
Are they,
Was if you said IBM, it meant quality.
Oh yeah.
But now you never hear of IBM. You only hear of Microsoft.
Yeah. I don't know. IBM.
Like we use it a whole bunch now.
There's
Like
right there,
HB
here.
mainly on the
I
back.
can't tell the difference between the
Yeah.
blade side and the not
I
blade
know.
side.
This.
Angular. It's
so we've replaced the
What kind
gasket with white wax paper,
Well,
checked the impeller,
And
we'll just leave it-
cock, and we're gonna make sure it doesn't leak when we start
When we
the
run.
engine.
But before we start it up, we're going to do some other checks on